I'd like to, Chair T, I'd like to call this meeting to order. And first, Julie, could you open up the, could you share your agenda with us? That way we can all look at it. Thank you. Oh.
There you go. Are you seeing it?
Yep, thank you.
Sure.
So the meeting's called to order, and then I'd like to have roll call, please. And I'm Simon T, Chair for the Civil Service Commission.
I'm Blake Chard, Commission member.
Julianne McGarvett, Chief Examiner.
John Wicks, Chief of Police.
Sean Kerman's Assistant Fire Chief.
Okay.
All right. So do we have any proposed changes to the agenda, or are we good with the agenda as proposed?
I'm good with the way it's proposed.
Okay. Good. Well, so the next item we have is the approval of minutes for the March 9th, 2023 meetings. I looked at it last week. I don't have any comments. Commissioner Chart, you have any comments or any questions?
No, I'm fine with it.
Anyone has any comments or questions?
Let me make sure I've got the right. I don't have the right agenda.
I'm not sorry. Yeah, the last meeting was
Let me
in
pick
March
a different agenda.
Yeah, I think the last meeting was last month in April.
April 18th, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, let me I
So,
grabbed the
right, that's
wrong.
right.
Let me, because hang on just a second.
Yeah, April 13th is the last meeting.
Yeah,
It was the last
I'm
meeting.
just, yeah, I'm just about there. It's opening it up. Okay, so are you seeing the May 18th one now?
You have not shared it yet. I think you need to unshare the April 13th one and then share your May 18th agenda.
Where the heck is it?
If you go up to the top, Julie, where it says stop share, the red
Yeah, stop share.
stop share, and then you'll just have to reshare the new one. There you go.
Okay, and it's so small, I can't see which one is which.
I think it's the one to the left.
This one?
One more. There you go. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
There we go. All right. I believe the first three items of the agenda for today's meeting, May the 18th, was the same that we went through just now. So now we're on item number 4, which is approval of meeting minutes for the April 13, 2023 minutes. Like I mentioned, I reviewed it last week and I didn't have any question. Commissioner Sharp, do you have any questions?
I reviewed it and I'm fine with it.
Okay, does anybody else, Chief Weeks or Crimmins, do you have anyone has any questions, comments? None. Then does we have any motion to adopt the meeting minutes?
I'll move that we adopt the meeting minutes of April 13th.
I will second that motion, and all who say, support the last meeting minutes of April 13, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So the April 13 meeting minutes is been adopted. We'll move to item number 5, status of eligibility list. One attachment. What could you? Is this something you sharing with us, Julian?
Okay, I'll have to go back and stop and pull open another document.
Okay.
Let me I want to go to my mail is what I want, so I can open up. Now, which one is it, do you think? Can you tell which one is my
It's that
mail?
one. Yeah, it's that one.
That one? Okay. There's the list. Are you seeing it?
Yep,
Okay,
Yes.
great. So basically, there really not too much has changed on this list. For May, we just added the captain, for the promotional, for the, it's actually the battalion chief for, no, that's not right. We did the, May 22. We did the promotional for the fire captain is the one that we did, that is new on the list. And the fire lieutenant promotional. I'm screwing this all up. We did the fire lieutenant promotional. Why does this say July 2022? Name on this, fire captain promotional, date of
I guess it was
expiration.
established last year and then the date is supposed to be expiring this month for the.
Right, so the change that needs to show here that is not reflected accurately is we did a fire lieutenant promotional. That is one of the eligibility lists you're going to review as we go through the agenda. So
Okay.
it will actually be May of 2023 to May of 2024. So I'll make that correction.
For the. fire
Everything else on
lieutenant
the list is still the same.
Okay. So you mean for the fire lieutenant promotional, instead of the date of established on July 2022, and the date of expiration of July 2023, it will be changed to May 2023 through May 2024,
That's correct.
or should it be July 2024? We're not going
No, it
to.
should be May, because we're going to, the fire lieutenant promotional that we did, you're going to be approving that list tonight.
Okay, got it. So after approving it, then it will last for another year. Okay.
And Julie, can I add something?
Yes, please.
Yeah, and it's you are correct. It's the fire lieutenant and paramedic lieutenant. So we'll be asking for both of those lists to be, as Julie pointed out, May of 23 to May of 24.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay. All right, let's go back to the agenda. Thank you, Julie, for sharing that. Julian, if you could now, reshare your agenda.
There you go.
Agenda. Okay, thank you. So the next item is the item number 6, approval of fire prevention officer 2 eligibility list.
Yes, that is correct. And we have only one name on the list. We only had one applicant. If you remember for that exam plan, if that was the exam plan that if only one person applied and they met all the qualifications, that we would just bring a list with that one person's name and they could continue on to the chief's interview. So that is reflected here on this list.
Got it. So this is the candidate that will be eligible for the interview with the chief.
Yes, and he's currently the Fire Prevention Officer 1. And he was the only person to apply for the Fire Prevention Officer 2, and he was fully qualified. So he gets to move to the chiefs after you approve the eligibility list.
Got it. Okay, Commissioner Chart, do you have any question?
I don't.
Do I have a motion to adopt this this eligibility list?
I move that we adopt this list.
I second the motion. Those who approve of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So the motion is approved and adopted. The list is eligible list is adopted for the Fire Prevention Officer 2.
Okay. Now go back up to the agenda. Okay.
That will be item number 7, which is the approval of continuous entry-level police officer eligibility list.
Okay. So this is the continuous list. We actually removed from the list 6 people. You can see the reasons: Jared Butler withdrew, Jeff Berglund, Brandon Hopkins, and Raymond failed the chief's interview. Cameron Alonso withdrew, and Marvin Hernandez expired. 4 people were added to the list, and they are reflected above in the continuous list by their score.
Any question, Commissioner Chart?
No questions.
All right, do I have a motion to adopt this new revised entry-level police officers list?
I move that we adopt this list for police officers.
I second the motion. Those who approve of the list, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So this entry-level police officers eligibility list is now adopted. We'll move to item number 8 on our agenda, I believe. Next is the approval of police services specialist eligibility list.
So for the police services specialist 1, we had 25 applicants. We had 14 applicants completing phase 1, and we had 5, it went down to 5 applicants that finished in phase 2. So the percentage of the number of percentage passing the exam and proposed for hire is 60%. 3 people were on the list. Those people are listed here. This list, I actually conditionally approved it as of April 24th, just because we are having an extremely hard time recruiting for this position. This is the 3rd time, the 3rd oral boards we have gone out, and we keep losing applicants to other positions. So we wanted to move on to it quickly to start the background, which we did. And unfortunately, the person that we wanted to take into background started the background, and about, I don't know, a few days into it, she withdrew and took another position. But that's why we moved quickly on me conditionally approving it on the 24th of April. So, but this is the list.
So the first applicant on the list, the number 1 rank applicant Carmen is no longer, Flau is no longer on the list as of today.
Well, actually, it was the person that they talked to in the chief's interview and that they passed and started the background was Susanna Santee, the third person on the list. Unfortunately, she withdrew as she accepted a different position in another agency.
So is the chief planning to interview the next candidate? I mean, you probably have interviewed all candidates, but refer one for background, right?
John, do you want to speak to that?
Sure. So we interviewed all three people.
Yep.
We chose, the only one to pass was the number 3 person on the list. The first 2 did not pass the chief's interview. So at this point, we have no list anymore after tonight. And so, but we'll be coming back to you next month with same testing plan, but what we'd like to do, bring before you is a continuous recruitment like we do with the police officer. That way we can try to, like Julie said, we're losing people in between running the processes. And so we want to bring back to you a proposal on running a continuous list like we do with the lateral and the entry-level police officers, so we can refresh it more often and try to catch those people in between, those in-between times that we're losing people, try to get ahead of it.
Yeah, I believe we agreed at the previous meeting that we can have that process, allow you to proceed with the interviewing, and then so long as eventually the commission will review and approve, adopt the list. If you, however, feel the need to have a special meeting to even either expedite the process or even just let us know. Be happy to accommodate. So
Yeah, unfortunately, that position has been paused. 4 positions in the city have been paused for a few months. So what we want to do is bring it back to you next month and just be ready to go as soon as they release the position again.
Okay.
And so, but I very much appreciate that offer.
no problem. So Julian, am I correct that now that there's no longer any applicants available on the list or eligible on the list?
There's no longer, there won't be any more, but basically by the civil service rules, we can conditionally approve to, start doing the chief's interviews and doing the process. But the commission still has to approve the list, even though we've conditionally approved it. So I still need for this
So we
list to
still
be
have to go through the
approved.
process too. Okay.
Yeah.
So essentially, we need to go through the process of adopting conditionally this particular list that was used for interview. Okay.
It's just a formality. Mhm.
Okay.
I have moved that we adopt the list as presented on Police Service Specialist 1.
I will second the motion, and those who approve of the list said aye.
Aye.
Aye, so the list were approved. Good luck with that recruitment, chief. I can understand the challenges.
It's been a real challenge.
Yeah. All right, let's go
Okay.
to item number 9, approval of fire lieutenant and paramedic lieutenant eligibility list.
Okay, so we did a fire lieutenant promotional, and we had 3 applicants. All 3 passed for the fire lieutenant promotional, which involved a written exam and an assessment center. So this is the eligibility list for an actual fire lieutenant.
Okay, any question, Commissioner Char?
No, not on this.
All right, any motion to adopt the list?
I move we adopt the fire lieutenant promotional list.
I second the motion. Those who approve of the list, say aye.
All right,
Aye. So the fire lieutenant promotional list is adopted.
So the second part of this is item number 10, which is the paramedic lieutenant promotional, which that is the exam plan that they all go through the fire lieutenant. And then there's an additional oral board for the paramedic lieutenant. So we only had one applicant that applied for the paramedic lieutenant, and that was Doug Stankovich. And so he went through his oral board. So this is a combined score from his fire lieutenant score and his paramedic lieutenant to give him a final combined score of 81.83. And he's the only one on the list.
Sounds good. Any question, comments, Commissioner Char?
no comments.
Any motion to approve the list?
I'll move that we approve the paramedic lieutenant promotional list.
I second the motion, and those who approve of the list, say aye.
Aye,
Aye. The motions pass, and the list for the lieutenant promotional, paramedic is lieutenant promotional list is adopted. So I think we done with all the approval of the eligible list. Now is item number 11, which is next meeting date proposed for June the 8th. That should be a Thursday too, right, Julian? Or is it a Thursday?
Oh, the next meeting on 6/8, yeah, I believe it's the regular scheduled Thursday.
Okay, any question, comments, anyone, Commissioner Chart?
nope, I'm fine with it.
With that, okay. Yeah, sounds good. We'll make a note of that on my calendar as well. Any other question, any for the good of the order, any business, any additional business or?
Yes,
issue?
I'd like to add, if this is appropriate time, add an item to next month's agenda. I want to give the fire chief ample time. I'd like an update of the impact of the special election that didn't pass. And that would include any impacts to positions or future plans. So if that'd be okay.
Would that need that suggested agenda items? Does that need to be? I don't think that need to be. Does it need to have motion to and adopted to approval, or is this something that Julian you can consider including that in the next meeting agenda?
Yes, I think I can just add it as an agenda item.
Then-
Mhm.
Yeah, then if we have any last minute division or revision or changes in a meeting, we can always then finalize it. So
Yeah, but I wanted to give him know that that's what I'll be asking for, so he has some time to prepare.
okay.
Sure.
I actually missed item number 10, which is an update from the city, the chiefs especially. Let's go back to that item number 10 on update. Chief Weeks, would you like to start first?
Sure, I'll start us off. Currently, we have one opening off the list you approved tonight. We conducted interviews at the end of last week. And so we're going to move 2 people into background. One of the individuals is really far along with a department up north. So we're really behind the power curve on that one. But we're going to see what we can do. But we have 2 really good candidates that we interviewed, and we're hopeful with the one opening for sure to get one of them. But by the time we finish the backgrounds, we'll have a second opening approved position that comes comes up as of July 1st. So if we're lucky, we'll be able to get them both hired, but we'll see how that goes. And then the two gentlemen we hired back in March are still waiting for the academy. The latest update, originally they were going to be able to get into the academy in December, but it looks like that it might have moved up a little bit to the 1st of November, end of October. So we're hopeful it keeps moving up and we get them in as soon as possible. So with that, right now, we're working 3 down. So that's my report.
Excellent, thank you. Chief Sean Clement, you have anything to report?
Yes, thank you, commissioners. Yeah, with your approval of the fire lieutenant list, we currently have 1 fire lieutenant opening. We've already done the chief's interview, so we'll be able to make an offer for a promotional for a fire lieutenant here very, very soon. We're hoping to fill that position, which we currently have on June 1st. So we'll have all of our fire lieutenant positions full. Only other updates is one of our firefighter paramedics who we hired as a lateral firefighter paramedic was cleared to be riding as part of minimum. So he's on the medic unit, not riding third anymore, and which is good news for our staffing. One other notes, Medic 1 will be doing a test again for firefighter paramedic in June. So we are currently down 1 paramedic. So hopefully we'll be able to fill that position sometime in July or August. So really that's the end of my report unless you have any questions.
Any questions, Commissioner Char? I think you're muted, Commissioner.
No questions on that.
Well, thank you, Chief Clement. No other agenda, but are there any last minute business or issue or questions before we proceed to adjourn the meeting?
Nope.
Well, with that, I'd like to propose that the meeting be adjourned. Make a motion for that. Is there a second for motion?
I'll,
Second, okay. Those who move to adjourn the meeting, say aye. All right, I take that Commissioner Char probably said aye, but we couldn't hear him and he kind of left the meeting. Anyway, so meeting's adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Chief, for the meeting and for your time for sharing the update. Julian, thank you. And I didn't have a chance to get to meet whoever was sitting right next to you.
Hi, I'm Lacey Neal. I'm an HR analyst here at the city, so I'm just observing tonight.
Okay, got it. Let me see. Well, thank you all. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Simon. You too.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.